And we're live. Let me check my mic volume. There we go. Mic volume up. All right. Gonna aim for 25 turns tonight and see how things develop. As I've mentioned the past couple episodes, this is one of the slowest starts that I've ever actually had, which makes sense because those are the kinds of things that happen whenever you actually start to upload to YouTube or go live or anything like that. It's just kind of how life works. But I'm hopeful that we can play catch up here. Right now we are ranked third from the bottom amongst all the other nations. And we'll just have to see if now that I'm colonizing multiple planets within each system, if we can play catch up here well enough. I'm also in a constellation that is really, really heavy in industry, but pretty weak in everything else. So I don't know. It's been a pretty rough start from my experience level. So let me take a look here. We're on turn 75. We are actually ready to move forward to turn 76. We have 386 points, or that's our ranking. Saint Schoiver is below us. Unknown Empire in green there is below us. Yeah, so we are third from the bottom. And not just that, but some of these people are way ahead of us. Look at the Kappa AI, which are our next door neighbors. They're number one at 836. That's pretty powerful. So we'll have to see how it goes. Let's see here. We are starting to produce titanium. So I think next turn I can begin to renovate my fleet. Not renovate, but like build. Let's see, maybe I can actually start building right now in anticipation of that. Let's throw up an Aegis Class 2. I can already put one stiletto. Okay. And where's my navy at? They're right here. Oh, we're on our way. We're on our way to fight. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work out for us. I'm okay with the hacking operation being empty. Othero and Turkana. I don't think that there's really anything that we need to do with either one of these. Perhaps I can put these up. Maybe. Trying to learn what systems to put which improvements go into which systems. But I'm not really in a great situation to learn that either, because this system is so, like, I guess, non-diversified. We're extremely industry heavy, so I don't know. Jayan is now open for business. Let's throw up drone network and Xeno Industrial, followed by sci-fi design. And this is going to be science heavy, so both of those. Oh yeah, our improvement needs to go number one, because it only takes one turn to get done. It's a big boost. Okay. Also, we'll need to colonize ice. All right, so we're looking at a ton of turns here. I think those actually might go down. Yeah, they will, as we pick up all of this industry with each one that adds industry. So all the way down to sci-fi design, it'll have an outsized effect on how many turns it takes to build this stuff. All right, what do we got here? Event: The Ghost of a Machine Part 2 is done. How am I doing over here? Neg 98, neg 194. That was the other thing. Our empire's in kind of a spiral right now. This has the same feel as whenever I was learning Stellaris. I would get to a point where things began to snowball out of control and I wasn't sure why, and it took me a few playthroughs to start figuring out the mechanics. Let's see, X. You can get another point, and I think that point will go probably experience. Well, we're about to get into a big brawl, actually, so all the defense I can get is what we're going to want. All right, population is gained. Construction complete. We've got elections coming up. Move everybody forward. And we can throw up another stiletto too. And we can end turn on that. Maximize exploitation so we can colonize lava now. And our research queue is empty. What will I go into next? We probably need to turn our attention, well, we need to turn our attention to military, but I also need a trade company because we're having a hard time with dust. Astrofinance would also be good. Where do I get trade companies from? Right here? Yeah, let's go with this one first, followed by Astrofinance. Okay.
What is your objective?
You can lower the pressure on your empire with this small favor. Hold on just a second, guys. Mute. I had to reposition my mic. I don't think I like the idea of paying people off. We'll find out if that was, I mean, sometimes it's necessary, so we'll see. AI labor. Oh, we're onto this, okay. 8 turns. Up here. Maybe get one of those going. Oh, AI labor first, though. Hot and sterile. Do I have hot and sterile? Temperate, hot. I have 2 hot planets and 2 sterile planets. They are both colonized, so AI labor would actually be good. Let's go with that first. The luxuries. +5 approval per luxury deposit. I think both of these are luxuries. That might be nice to have also. So we'll throw that up there. Othero. Let's see. This was dust oriented. This is a pretty balanced system. I think we can put just about everything up here. I try not to build ships here. I have other systems that are really more specialized for that. Can probably go ahead and put that up. Resource generation on strategic deposits. Okay, okay, this is a strategic deposit. So is this, but I can't mine it yet. But we need titanium, so that's probably a good one to go ahead and put that up. Okay. Tercana, nothing right now. Ibella, I can put that last Stiletto 2 up there, so that it'll take 4 turns and then we'll have a whole new navy. We should colonize now. those lava planets. What about over here? Do we have... No. I think I have lava elsewhere also. This one's already fully done. And what is this? Toxic. I don't have toxic yet. Okay. We have a fight to do. We're not supposed to win this, but let's see what happens. All right, dude, what did I miss? This game looks weird. Well, I'd say quite a bit has happened in the last couple episodes, but I'm learning as I go. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get out of what looks like a death spiral for my empire right now. So I'm outclassed by this pirate ship, but I punch above my weight class if I can get inside. If I can get close, I hit hard. So that's kind of what this is about. Let's see what kind of weapons they have. If they start out with missiles, well, I have flat cannons too, though. All right, they have a big cannon right here, so that's going to be good long range. You can watch right here, and as the inside color dissipates, you know that they're getting close to being destroyed. And then right here shows how much damage we're doing, and you should see us really start to chew him up fast the closer that we get. Alright, that was my tank. He's there to take all the hate from the enemy, so I lose those ships on a regular basis, but that's because the enemy will focus fire them. Okay, we just blew them up. Alright, good, so we won that. That's going to help us in a quest. I think that was the last one I needed to kill out of 3. So, Triangle, just if you don't know, this game, if you wind up thinking that it looks interesting enough to you, it's pretty cheap on Steam most of the time, and especially if you wait for a Steam sale, I bet you can get this game for like $10. I like it more than Stellaris. Alright, objective achieved, and we got an Academy ship that I can't really afford. So, the Bastion. See that negative 141? It's just, I gotta get rid of you. It won't let me. It won't let me. That's a thing. All right, well, we're going to be hurting on dust. We do have some help on the way in the way of technology and some buildings. Sorry I haven't been at your streams. Oh, that's no problem, Triangle. This stuff is just really, I do this because I'm already playing a game, and I just figure I'll provide entertainment for people who feel like tuning in. So it's really, this stuff is just a free service for you guys. I don't take it personally at all that if you don't tune in on the regular basis. It's a me, cool dude, on the cool internet with the fire PFP. I've been busy and haven't been able to know when you're making streams. Yeah, well, that's the thing with me too, is I don't have any schedule at all. So that's not your fault. That's 100% me. I've tried having a schedule before, but My own personal life sleep schedule is crazy. It is redonkulous, and then throwing on top of that, if I was to try it, like, there's just something with streaming for me that this is something I have to do whenever I want to do it, not something that I can really force myself into a schedule. So if I'm on, I'm on, and if you're on and you see that I'm on, then jump in, and if not, then that's why I put these things into playlists, so that if you are trying to learn a game, you can easily find it on my channel and kind of scrub through the video to see how I'm doing things, and maybe it helps you. And that's kind of the idea that I have. All right, we got 8 turns until commercial framework, and I don't think I have anything to put into construction anywhere, except maybe I should check on Turkana, actually, now that we cleared that ship out. All right, this is a shipyard. This is supposed to be industry heavy to build ships really quick, so I'm looking for things. Actually, approval is always good. It makes populations happy. Let's go ahead and throw that up. We'll throw this up too, because whenever I'm not building ships, then I can at least get a little bit of dust. Because every turn you're generating, it looks like 276 industry. But if you don't spend it, you don't spend it. And so if we're not building anything, then this right here allows us to take 25% of that and convert it into dust. And was Miners Union something we wanted? I think these are both luxury deposits, not strategic. And this game is similar to Mass Effect. No, Mass Effect is like a first-person shooter. The only thing they have in common is that they're both space-based. This is what's called a 4X game. It's a strategy game. Whereas Mass Effect is an RPG first-person shooter adventure game. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and push forward to turn 78. We're aiming for turn 100 tonight. And my voice may sound a little bit nasally. That's because I have a little bit of a sinus thing going on. I'm not sick or anything. It's very minor, but I have kind of a stuffy nose. Assign a hero of at least level 5. No. I don't have that many heroes to be acting as governor, so I will let them stay. Let's read it, though. I guess I haven't read it. Black markets have always existed in dense urban centers within the Empire. As long as they're monitored and kept under control, they have their uses. Criminal elements can be kept busy, hidden taxes can be skimmed, and interesting contraband can be smuggled into the nation for the leadership's pleasure. However, black markets for illegal firearms is another matter, especially when it enables enemy civilizations to get their hands, tentacles, or other appendages on some of the Empire's most effective weaponry. The unfortunate truth is that some of your undercover security forces have unearthed compelling evidence that a gun smuggling ring is operating out of 3 of your systems. The leader is suspected to be the nephew of Duke Groltz, a bad apple with a history of criminal activity. What should you do? And normally I would want to shut down the ring, but the requirement that it has for me to do, I can't meet that very easily right now. So I've been tolerating this, but I have the idea of getting this shut down in the future. All right.
I shall defend the faith, whatever that requires.
Diplomatic message. To support the faithful is a great, though expensive task for the church. It seems only right that you help donate. Oh, they're really upset.
Even in holy war, diplomacy remains an option. For the good of the church, I have a proposal for you.
I will refuse that proposal. This is the Voidborn, I think, is what they're called. I'm going to refuse that. I think I clicked refuse. All right, we got 2 ships here. 2 are still in the queue, so that'll be done in what? 3 turns. Nice. I don't think I really hear a difference in your voice and all. Oh, okay, that's good to know, Triangle. Thanks. Black markets. Dude, what? How dare they sell illegal stuff in your 3 galaxy systems? That's right, man. We got cracked down on that nonsense. If we didn't authorize it, it doesn't fly. All right, hunt and enter 3 heroes commanding ships within 16 turns. I don't think that's likely to happen. We'll move forward, moving on to turn 79. And we continue to grow population.
I shall defend the faith, whatever that requires.
Know that we will do everything to ensure our survival.
Okay. We got people doing things. That glitching that you saw, that's supposed to be, that's part of the Riftborn. I guess it shows that they're upset. Drone networks, industrial, okay, good. We're sitting here at negative 128 dust, so we need that to clear up ASAP. All right. What exactly do you do? Oh, you're a carrier. You're best at medium range. Okay. Okay. I want to stabilize right here within my own systems before I look to try and tussle with anybody, especially given the power disparity. But you can see there, we're now at 423. Are we still third? St. Shriver, wow, look at them being all uppity. They talking smack to us, and they're weaker at 367. Yeah, we're still in third from bottom, so we haven't passed anybody yet. Looks like that red colored empire is who we're going to look to pass. All right, moving on to turn 80. I would have pretty much demolished those dealers in my systems, demolished until they get transported into the realm of oblivion. Yeah. All right, one more turn for our last stiletto. And got that going. Production is going up. No. Only on titanium. We're not really producing anywhere else. I need to get certain technologies unlocked for us to be able to mine this stuff. We have access to almost all of it, I think. But we don't know how to mine it. Okay, we're going to move to turn 81 now. Okay, we got a vote. We have 36%. We don't need to do anything special. We're top dog here, although that one was close. We're 5, top dog here, top dog here. Yeah, we've industrialists have won everywhere, and that's who I want. I'm not very, I'm not experienced enough to know how to, like, who I should be going with and who I shouldn't. I just know that industrialists help me build faster. All right, new event on the shoulders of supergiants. A distant stellar giant about 80 times the size of an average star. Wow. Has just gone supernova. Capitalizing on the media attention drawn by the event, a pacifist group within your empire has launched a campaign to bring home the fleets that were monitoring the event, rather than leave them on patrol. Just went supernova. We don't have a choice here. We have to support it. Even a star's life can seem short. Bring your troops home for some well-deserved time with their families. I would probably do this anyway, but I just thought it was interesting there were no options. All right, we're going to get plus 20 approval on systems, all of our systems for 15 turns, and plus 10% dust production. And we're going to increase the pacifist political ideology. Okay, all those yesterdays. The Galvran has risen to become a powerful player in his society. Helping him might give you leverage. Explore ruin-type curiosities until you discover Ishkvola. So I wasn't able to accomplish that, so we failed that quest. Academy reminder message. I'm not concerned about giving to them. I've never seen it pay off for me. And my economy's in a shambles. My manpower is back in the green, so it's just dust I'm concerned about now. And doggone it, this faction was assimilated by I Am Horatio. All right. Population gained. And we have a skill point here to assign. Move to plus 2 influence and 20% defending troops' health on system. There we go. Things are progressing there. Commercial frameworks will be done in 3 turns. Do you have any Elder Scrolls Oblivion videos? I'd be happy to watch them after this stream is finished. I do not. I have Skyrim videos, but not Oblivion. Nikado Avocado Supernovas be like, dude, this game looks pretty darn cool. Yeah, I think it's visually beautiful. I like the little still pictures that they have to represent things. And it's just a pretty game to look at. But the big thing is that it adds these story elements and kind of a little bit of RPG aspects to a game that's really a strategy game. And so that's the reasons that it appeals to me more than Stellaris. And I just need to learn how to play it. I mean, I've had the game forever and a day, but for whatever reason, these grand strategy type, these very complex strategy games, they take me forever and a day to learn. So I feel like I'm learning a lot more now, though, than I was before. I have 2 other Chronicles on the channel. Let's move to turn 82, I mean. I have 2 other Chronicles on the channel for this game, and both of them are playing the in-game tutorial. I think I'm learning more from playing just a normal game, which is what we're doing right now, than I did from the tutorial. The tutorial did help me get the grasp kind of the basics so that I could do. It was the springboard for me to be able to do what I'm doing now. But I have never finished that tutorial successfully, and I feel like I'm really just learning a lot faster by playing the normal game now. Okay, neg 131 plus 117 plus 25. Let's take a look at how our systems look here. This system is awesome. It's doing everything at a fairly high level. And that's my home system. Over here, this is supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to be an industry system. But I'm showing science followed by food. Let's pop out of here and take another look at these planets. Oh yeah, this was the system that was kind of mixed up, actually. It had a little bit of everything. All right, I'm looking at planet-based output on this left, about the middle point of this left tab. 3 food, 5 industry, 5 dust, 4 science. So this is a fairly balanced planet. But it has a bad anomaly on it. And it also has a plus anomaly on it that's helping with the industry. So this planet is actually producing 8 industry. Oh wait, those are per pop. Okay, and plus 2 science per pop and plus 1 approval. but that's getting killed by the neg 4. All right, moving on to this one. High industry at 11. 6 on dust. Yeah, I think these anomalies are flatlining. It's pancaking this system. Actually, this one's got some pluses to it. I don't know quite what to make of that. We have all of the industry producing buildings up here. And it's sitting here at neg 1. Industry is used to build improvements in ships on this system. Plus 60 from system development upgrades. Plus 40 from sci-fi design school. Plus 40 from Xeno industrial infrastructure. Plus 32 from planet. Plus 25 from the colony base. That's the population, I think. Plus 20.7 from the Mineral Misers Act. Plus 10 from drone networks, but negative 228 from production conversion. Oh, that's why. This right here is converting my industry into 25% of it is being converted into dust. So what I want to do is I want to raise this up and build this first, and then we can leave this there so that we're at least getting something out of the industry we're producing every turn. But like if I take that out right now and we scroll back out and go back to that screen we were looking at, now you see 228 industry. Okay. So you just saw me live. I kind of figured out how to analyze something. That's because I'm beginning to learn the mechanics of this game so I can puzzle some stuff out. Oh, look at all these emotes, man. All right. Found the emojis. Nobody can stop me now. Planet is producing 8 industry. AFK. All right, bud. Let's see here. Tercana, how are we doing? It's the same thing here, I bet. We have that public 3D printed. 276 here, and then they're doing a little bit of science also. They're a bit of a drain on food. I don't think any system should be in the negative on food if they have planets capable of producing some food. Let's take a look. 43, what's the bases? 6 food, that's pretty good. 2, we do have anomalies hurting that. This one's at 0 base, 0 base. Okay, so there are some techs that I can research that we can put some buildings up that will help increase the food produced. All right. What are we doing down here? Big industry, starting to climb up in science. This system is supposed to be science-based. And then right here, big industry. And we don't really have the planets to be science, but this system is pretty badly needed. I'm glad that we're building that up now, because that will give us. This system is supposed to be specializing in dust. This system will specialize in science, and then my other 3 seem to be industry based, although I might be able to get some food out of one of them. Okay, let's go ahead and push forward. Tercana, that's fine. Oh, wait. If Tercana is empty on its, let me make sure. Oh, AI labor would be good. Hot and sterile. We have 3 hots and 2 sterile, so we definitely want that ability. And that's probably it. So we'll throw public 3D printing up after that. Okay, end turn. Moving to turn 83. Back, lol. All right. Smoking Gun Part 2, the arrest of the spies creates something of a scandal, but during the public trial, your skillful political testimony convinces the majority of your population that your government is a shining beacon of light in a sea of darkness. The subsequent execution of the spies demonstrates that, despite being bound by the truth, you are no soft touch either. Event effects: honest policy plus 20% on Empire for 10 turns. 20 approval, I should say. Your blend of idealism and discipline resonates with the population, who sing your praises. You should make the most of this upsurge in your popularity while it lasts. All right. Okay, one more turn and then we should be able to build a trade company, and we need to. That's going to be useful for us. All right, oh, look at that, neg 180. Oh, all the way down to neg 69 all of a sudden. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. We did gain commercial frameworks, but I haven't built any of the improvements. So I'm not quite sure how we benefited from that. Maybe we have access to the market now. I don't really. That one threw me off. We were at neg 180 and then it dropped down to neg 69. That's a pretty big improvement for dust production. We're going to put a trade company up right here at our home system. Oh, that was it. That event ended with negative 20 dust per turn, so that was part of the problem. And look at this, we're back at neg 170. See, this is confusing me. I haven't got a good handle on this right now. We can see that it's our military costing us, but why this number fluctuates up and down so rapidly is a little tough for me to figure out right now. Okay, push to turn 85. We need to look at our score too. Might be a bit off sync though. I'm gonna try to get you as many subs as I possibly can. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You in the name of the
With the power
families.
of asking nicely. There you go. I greet you in the name of the four. Oh, these guys are cool. They're like the mafia, man. They're all about trade. They're all about making money. And you can see right here, in the name of the four families. My understanding is that they play kind of like the mafia. And so they're all about making underground deals and getting money flowing through under the table stuff and things like that. I don't really know because I haven't played them yet. But that's another thing about this game, is that the people I've heard speak about the game, like on YouTube and stuff, they say one of the distinct things that you get is that for a lot of 4X style games, one of the pitfalls is that you may have a whole bunch of classes or races that you can pick from, but they all kind of feel the same, or there's maybe actually only 2 or 3 archetypes, and you may have 18 different alien races you can pick from, but really you only have 2 or 3 play styles amongst them. In this game, all of the different AIs, and you have something, I have all the DLC, so there's something like, I don't know, 15 different races that you can play as, and they're all extremely distinct. They feel unique from each other. So once I've learned United Empire, then I can start to do the whole process again in the next thing, you know, until I've played them all. So the game has a lot of replay value. Astro Finance in 2 turns. Population grown. And see, I've got the trade company being built. New trading company requests a headquarters location. Okay, so that's being taken care of right now. Oh, we're producing 7 of these now per turn of the Gedonics. That's nice. These are luxury resources. And then when there's strategic resources, where's that at? That's over here. Okay, so titanium, I'm producing 4. I don't think I'm producing anything of the others. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Perhaps I can sell some Gedonics. Let's sell 50. We'll get 50 dust for it, it looks like. Oh, no, actually, as we flood the market, the price goes down. Oh, that's cool. All right, go ahead and sell that. All right, push to turn 86. Luxury resources like a red velvet cake. Yummy. Yeah.
Any change is in your
Please sub to this cool dude. Guys, sub to ASAP Grammar. I will break into your house at 3 a.m. and force feed you worms. Oh my goodness. Let's not take it too far. Oh man. That's funny, Triangle. I'm glad we're having fun tonight. The rolls, okay, so all the rolls have been passed out and we're not part of it because we haven't been donating. Astro Finance in 1 more turn. Did my trade company get built? 1 more turn. All right, cool. Let's find out what happens then on turn 87. Okay. Xenotourism is done. And I get the system improvement of xenotourism. In order to properly tap into the exploding market of alien tourists, a special infrastructure must be put into place. Travel between planets is a simple problem. Travel between cultures is something else indeed. In order to effectively provide an interesting destination for aliens, enormous work is required in public infrastructures, hotels, restaurants, spaceports, and most particularly toilets. +3 dust per population per planets with luxury deposits on planets, and +1 dust per population on planets otherwise. Okay. Trade company is done. We have places to go put more construction into place. Right here, let's put up this xenotourism. I have luxury deposits here. Only on 1, I think. Because that purple one is a strategic, yes. So unfortunately I just have 1 there, but that's the kind of company that we can put up in other places. Like this one has 2 luxury deposits, so I think I can actually get something out of that, even though it's geared for industry. Then over here, that's a luxury deposit. I don't know why I have to put a trade company here first. Adds a trade subsidiary to the star system. Requires a trade company headquarters in another star system. Okay, well, let's go with it. Did you have that same option? No. Over here, I need to actually access here and turn that into a fleet. And then right here, We can put xenotourism because we have a luxury deposit. Okay, and then over at Cheyenne, do we have... We do not have any luxury deposits here, so it wouldn't do us any good to build one. We do want... Are we happy? We're content. All right. All right, I think I got... Well, let me check construction queues. Okay. We're building everywhere. We're still sitting here at neg 190. Now we're at neg 150 on manpower. I guess because I just put that fleet up. And I might have made a mistake there. If they were in the hangar, perhaps they don't cost me any money. I didn't really notice whenever I took them out of the hangar if that added to this or not. Okay, over here, it's time to head back to military, I think. And we can also probably buy some tech. Let's go with this one. And this one right here will give us a kinetic enhancer support module that will increase our projectile damage by 20%. Then once we have those two, actually let me buy this one. And buy that one also. All right. So these are the things that we received. Nothing here helps me. Well, the command points do. Army and Defense, starting experience level for new ships is Rookie 2. I don't use torpedoes. Plus 500 manpower capacity on Empire, that's going to be helpful. And I don't use phased beams. Okay. But what this allows me to do is put this into research. Advanced fusion power. Leaps in materials and signaling sciences have resulted in fusion systems that can be contained in warheads of many sizes. Smaller and weaker ones, nicknamed picosons, can even be used in slug projectiles. So it's going to give us improved ultra-dense slugs, which is a weapon module that I can put on my ships that will up my flat cannon damage per second to 76. That's a huge jump. For comparison, I think we're currently doing 39. So it's a big jump. And crit hit chance goes to 6% also. So that'll be done in 13 turns. After that, I think we're going to move over here and grab this tech to give us access to the Sheridan class hull. And that is a medium-sized ship. And then I also wanted to go into here, these two, to get access to some food improvement buildings. So there's a snapshot of where we're headed. Now we'll move to turn 88. I will donate all my V-Bucks and Bow-Bucks and life savings in 319 to this man. I don't know what on earth in space a luxury deposit is, but it sounds good. Yeah, so let me show you that. Academy power increased. You shine a light for others to follow. Perhaps the races of this universe can curb their hostile impulses too. Ha! We're the Empire, but because I haven't done any war stuff, they perceive us as being pacifists. They're in for a surprise. All right, where are we at now in rank? 467. We passed the St. Shriver, so... Oh, but somebody passed us. I don't remember what the other group was that we were ahead, but we're not ahead anymore, so we remain third from bottom. Okay, so in this game, you can get these items called luxury sources that we can sell and that make your population happy. Also, you can embed them in what's called system improvements. So this is, or system development, I should say. So what I did, for example, is I took Gedonics. You can see at the bottom it says effects within a system development upgrade, plus 60 industry on system. And so I add that it takes 20 of them. And then whenever I upgrade a system, then that system has a constant plus 60 industry on the system, just because I have Gedonics. I could use Eden Incense and it would give me plus 30 influence. I could use Transvine, I would get plus 15 approval. I could use Dark Glitter for those, the manpower enhancements. Each one of these has a different thing that it adds. And you can also sell them on the marketplace. So that's what luxury resources are for. But strategic resources, those are used to slot certain modules into your ships. So for example, this one that I'm wanting right here, this weapon module, if you look at the bottom of the cost, the 52 industry is how much it's going to cost. That's like the time you're going to spend building this ship. But that 2 with the blue symbol next to it, that's 2 titanium is going to be required to fit this module onto that ship. So that's what strategic, that's why they're called strategic. All of those strategic resources are used to buy specialized modules to fit your fleet with. Whereas the luxury resources are about money and like cultural happiness and stuff. Focused plasma, dude. The heck is a slug? A slug is like an artillery round. It's a gigantic bullet. Or a pico sun. Yeah, that's a name that this game made up. That pico, I think that's an actual unit of measurement, though. Like you have micrometers. I think the next smaller level after micro is pico, if I remember right. I'm either very stupid or this game is very smart. Don't feel dumb, man. I've had this game for years. And I you know, it's just one of those things you got to keep on keeping on with it. Hey, Mr. B, how you doing, man? Just so you know, Triangle, Mr. B plays a lot of Skyrim, and he's up on Twitch pretty regularly. So, I know you were looking for Oblivion videos, but if you're looking for somebody who knows a lot about modding Skyrim and plays routinely, Mr. B is a go-to source for that. I'd give him a chance. Let's see here. Let's get out of here. And I think we're ready to move to turn 89. And we're really doing a lot of sitting around. I mean, I am trying to learn this game, so I haven't been attacked yet.
Whatever that requires.
All right, see, everybody's seeing me as peaceful. They don't understand that I'm just simply playing nice until I have a military large enough to give the middle finger to everyone. Okay, so xenotourism has been built all over the place. We're still suffering a lot on the dust end. I'm just not quite sure what else to do. How am I doing on manpower? We're doing good on manpower. You know, we might have to go to war soon. I wonder what it's just that we're really outpaced by, it's unfortunate. Our neighbors are the most powerful group in here, the Kappa AI at 954. So whatever war I get into would have to be fast because we're going to run out of money. It's like a catch-22. This is why I've said last stream, and I think I hinted at it this stream, I may not have talked about it here, but we may actually have to restart this series. This was a very, very tough start. It's the slowest start that I've experienced in all of my little test playthroughs. It didn't have to be. I made a mistake. There are like two theories when it comes to colonizing. One theory says only colonize strong systems. So I was really looking for like 4 planets plus, and we didn't have any of those outside of this one, which was owned by a minor civilization at the time. So I didn't even get it right away. Everything else was 3 planets. The other strategy says colonize everything. Maybe not something like Fiatix, which only has 2. It depends on if they're both Terra-based planets. You might be able to get some good food out of that. But I think that's what in this particular scenario, I needed to go with that. So my colonization took off late, and I think that's the primary reason why I'm lagging behind everybody so hard. All right, move to turn. Oh, wait, we have empty construction queues. Okay, I've already looked at this one. Plus 20% food. Yeah, well. Oh, these two go hand in hand pretty good. So I'll put both of those in there. Where are we at here? Ibella. This is a shipyard. Do we have luxury deposits? We do. So I'll put that up. That'll give us some additional approval per luxury deposit. Right here, this is also a shipyard. Let's put that up. Yeah. And then here in Tercana, Public 3D, Cerebral. Trade company will be done in 1 turn. We'll put Public 3D up. Okay, let's see. So we'll have a trade company here and we'll have a subsidiary right here. Maybe that will help us with this number here. What's my economy saying over here? This HQ is not able to trace a route to your subsidiary. Research autonomous materials to discover wormholes. Well, I actually don't have a subsidiary yet, so maybe that's a default scripted message. Let's go to turn 90 and find out.
We've seen eels more trustworthy than you.
Oh, wow. They're not real happy with us. Give them all the finger. Mr. B says, nah, my genius is very selective. War. Justin Bieber is obsessed with war. If you listen to his song with most of the lyrics being baby that I forgot the name of, you can hear so for yourself. That's funny. I'm constantly having to restart my Skyrim. Mr. B, I've got the same problem. That's one of the reasons I started doing YouTube stuff, is because I found out that the way that my motivation works, I found out 2 things. Number one, what I'm naturally oriented towards, which was weird. It took me a long time to realize that, but I guess that's the thing about self-awareness. Sometimes it takes you a while of observing other people before you're aware of, oh, that's something that's unique to me. And that thing that was unique to me is that I start and stop games all the time. As I learn something new, I feel like, okay, now I need to restart and apply that. And but whenever I'm on YouTube and I feel like I'm making something for other people, then it gives me a completely different motivation, and everything changes. The entire dynamic changes, and now I'm actually wanting to just persevere and complete the series, which actually helps me learn the game more. But which is ironic because here I'm talking about restarting this series, but this is a different scenario here. I think I just really messed up. Triangle or anything else you have to download. I'm scared of mods or anything else that you have to download. Oh, okay, yeah. I get all shaky for visiting a really shady website. Yeah. Yeah, well that's the interwebs for you, right? That's like the new Old West. It's pirates and cowboys out there, man. Mr. B, well that's a healthy way of looking at mods. Well, Triangle, I immediately got a warning from my computer when I visited. I backed out of there faster than light tenfold. Oh man, Mr. B says, do what I didn't. Play it without mods. Triangle, the only mods I trust are Fallout 4 mods. Mr. B, 10 years later, I still haven't learned my lesson. Lol. I'm just having fun reading this conversation, guys. And even some of those mods are viruses too. Dang, look at those jugs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mr. B, this race right here, I think that they're set up to be like the mafia. They're all about money and trade and doing deals with people. But if you get on their bad side, they're about cutting you out from life. The heck do you mean? I ain't see no jugs. Alien boobs. Yeah. Yep. That's the race that's responsible for the moderate amounts of cleavage line in the ESRB rating. Dmitry Lenko has gained enough experience to gain a skill point, and we're gonna go with this one. All right, back out of there. All right, oh, look at that. Holy smokes, guys, that's what did it. The trade company subsidiary came online, and now we're at plus 128 dust. If we can maintain this, we are about to build a beast of an empire, and we're going to go full ham on everybody. Because we're the empire, and that's what the empire is supposed to do. Oh man, where's all this coming from? So our military upkeep is costing us neg 136. It's not actually written out there, but that plus 120.5, I think that's our trade. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, okay, see, that was a scripted message. Now that we built a subsidiary, they have trade going. The income generated by this trading company, and this number will tick up over time, I think. See, they're just level 1. Well, we can improve that over time. We have bullion freighters increase dust and science income, so I can I click on that and add another? We're at plus 130, plus 132. Oh, heck yeah. So we're moving 400, or it costs, is it costing me money? Okay, yes, yeah, so I'm spending money to bulk this fleet up here, and I have 3 of them now, I guess. But I spent a ton of my money. But this number right here was climbing. And then over here, luxury freighters increase luxury and science income. Okay. Oh, you can even see, I think these are the various trade levels. So you can see a progress bar here now. Yeah, that's neat. I'm a little bit fascinated. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Luxuries. Let's see. Everybody's building, or yeah. Okay. Move to turn 91. I'm not concerned about hacking right now. I downloaded a virus looking for cheats for Fallout 1. Oof. I've literally never been the same since. Mr. B, games like this intimidate me. That, and I don't think I have the patience. Yeah, you know, they are intimidating. There's a game called Europa Universalis 4 that I want to know how to play so desperately. But every time that I've started a series on Twitch to try and learn, and people get in and they'll teach you, you know, but then I kind of burn out on it because it's a lot of brain work. It's almost like going to school, you know. And I'll move on to another game, or I have another chronicle I want to start. So, but I really want to know how to play that game. But gosh, the thing is really complex. That's why it's called Grand Strategy. So I totally understand what you're talking about. It takes me years and years and years to learn this stuff. And there are some guys out there, like for example, guys, just not last Tuesday, but I think the Tuesday before, Paradox Games released Victoria 3. That's a grand strategy style game. There are dudes out there who will go buy Victoria 3, and because I think it's because they have math-oriented brains. So they're good at math. Like me, I'm good at English and literature, right? That's and history. And there's been studies out there that show that you can broadly define, you can split the population up into how people think by looking at whether or not they're good at English and history, or whatever their language is, grammar, let's say grammar and history, or whether or not they're good at math and science. And then some people are kind of good at everything, but usually you gravitate towards one or the other, and that is supposed to illustrate kind of what part of your brain you're dominated by, which one's dominant. And these people who have math-oriented brains, they figure these games out lickety-split. They'll go buy a game that they've never played before, and they will figure it out in a month, you know, and they'll understand the mechanics, and they'll be out there throwing out tutorial videos and stuff like that. And so I can't do that, man. It takes me years to learn these games. I like conversing with people on the internet. Yeah, it's fun, right? I'm so lonely. Colonizing planets and war, spacey stuff. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Triangle. That's pretty much it. You know what? To really explain to you how on the nose you are, I told you earlier this is called a 4X game, right? The reason they call it 4X, and it'll be the letter X, right? But it stands for 4 different words that begin with EX for their words. So it's exploration. Let's see if I can remember all 4 of these. Exploration, exploitation, extermination. I forget what that 4th X is. It fits somewhere in. Let me alt tab. It's actually one of the early ones. What does 4X games stand for? 4X. 4X label was adopted by... What does 4X mean in gaming? Let me click on this and see what... Oh, here it is. Okay, so explore. And this is also the progression of how a game will go. You start out by exploring. You just know your planet or your system, so you need to explore first. Then you need to expand, colonize other planets. Then you need to exploit, and get your resources working for you and grow your economy. And then you need to exterminate, take out all of your competition. So whenever you say it's what was it that you said here? Colonizing planets and war, spacey stuff, then you are absolutely dead on. I'm very dumb and my creativity is lacking, so I have a very special type of brain. And everybody's got a good brain. Everybody's got something that they're good at. But people can be conditioned into stuff also. One of the most fascinating things I ever read about, let's move forward a turn. I was reading about Singapore. Singapore is a country that got a leader in charge that was absolutely brilliant and good for the people, and they developed a culture that where everybody works towards the same goal, and they built up their nation extremely rapidly, and it's a very lucrative nation from what I understand. They're doing really good for being such a small nation. Things are just run so efficiently. It's not like America where you find trash on the ground all the time. In fact, if you throw a receipt on the ground in a parking garage, you'll get yelled at by just regular people. They're like, don't do that. Yeah, have some pride. This is our nation, you know? And so the culture doesn't accept that kind of stuff. But because the culture was educated and conditioned so thoroughly into kind of a do your part, for lack of a better word, this article was indicating, these are my words, I can't remember how the article put it, so this is going to sound a little insensitive, but try to get the concept. The culture was producing people that operated a little bit more like robots. It was utilitarian, very utilitarian in its society, so that everybody knew and understood and accepted that they were a cog in the machine, and they were performing really well in that capacity. But Singapore's upper management and their intellectuals and stuff started to realize we lack creativity. We're having a real problem. We don't have any poets. We don't have people making music. There are things that we're performing well, but we don't have any culture, so to speak. So they started to teach their kids to try and get the kids to just do something creative, and they would take them outside and tell them to graffiti a wall like we do here in America. Just draw whatever you want. And the kids, they just really couldn't think of anything to do. So I'm sure that things have progressed since then, because that was over a decade ago that I read that article. But anyway, I wanted to show that sometimes it's your input or it's your culture or your surrounding context that's kind of dampening some things. But I have never ever, man, this might sound crazy and at the risk of being hyperbolic. I don't think I'm being hyperbolic. I think this is an actual true statement, because I'm actually kind of good at this. This is what I kind of brought to the table whenever I was in the military. I've never run into somebody that didn't have ability. I used to take troops that everybody else had given up on, and I could work with them for a little while and find out what they were good at, because I understand people and kind of how they think, and I can point that out and I can communicate it to people. And that's that's actually a super common problem, is that everybody thinks that what they can do, everybody can do. So they think that it's common, and it's not. There is something that you can do that you're not a unique snowflake and that you're the only person in the universe who can do it, but there's a small group of people who can excel at that, and you're one of them. And it's just a matter of finding out what it is. So anyway, I didn't mean to turn this into a whole pep talk at all, you know, and I wasn't taking you super serious, but that's one of the things that I kind of, I guess, platform off of. My brain cannot withstand all this information, and it needs to throw something out. There goes next week's textbook. This guy spitting out life lessons. Yeah, I had somebody tell me one time, This was on my first Skyrim Chronicle. No, actually, well, he was there for that too, but this was during a Stellaris playthrough. I was doing a live stream and we got to talking. He was at the University of Washington at the time, so he was in college. And he was like, man, tuning into this is like watching somebody play a video game and listening to a podcast at the same time. I thought that's pretty complimentary. Thank you that's kind of you. But we'll move to turn 93 here. Oh, that was a fast turn move. What does this little red line mean? Was I hacked or something? I'm not quite sure what that red line stands for. Red ring, I should say. Okay, we are producing 137 dust here. We're at plus 152. Population's hurting again for some reason. Probably gonna need to do something about food production. Maybe I should go colonize here. Can I turn this into food production? I think I looked at this before. 3 food. -8 approval per population. Oh, because it's a toxic planet. 6 food. What is this, a step planet? Huge steps, yeah. With Gedonics on it. Do I have a scout ship? Let's make a Pathfinder. Well, hold on. I think I have a Pathfinder over here. No, I guess not. No Pathfinder. Wait, do you have probes? No, those are movement turns. What is this? Launch anti-cloaking measures. Wow. Okay, so I need to make a Pathfinder. And then I think a settler. And we're going to go colonize this system and see if we can develop it into a food production system. I don't have the techs yet, but we'll line them up next. We're 6 turns out from being able to do that. Okay, moving on to turn 94. Little does he know, he's just proving I'm still stupid. Relatable. This is both a podcast and a gameplay. It's kind of silly how I'm stupid but smart enough to realize I'm stupid. Yeah, see, I mean, self-awareness. There's a lot of people out there that are not, they lack self-awareness. I don't know how they get through life on that, but they don't know how I get through life on some things too. I'm telling you, man, I've been told that I'm brilliant in some areas, but I've also been told that I'm a complete idiot in others. I actually had somebody call me an idiot savant one time. And the funny thing is, there's some truth to it. I'm a complete airhead in some areas. I'm one of the world's least observant people, I think. But you know who else was totally unobservant? Freaking Einstein, man. Nobody calls that guy an idiot. He once got invited to the White House to visit the US president for dinner. He put the invitation in his lab coat pocket and completely forgot about it. He just got busy, you know? So he's a genius on the one hand, but completely unaware of other things on the other hand. I used to explain to people, in order to show how intelligence works, let's go ahead and grab this because it's going to help us with dust. It's going to save us some money. So, in my opinion, and it is just an opinion, it's this, I don't know anything about psychology or anything, but I think there are different kinds of intelligence. So, to illustrate that, what I would tell people is I would just ask a couple questions. One, the first question is, and especially if you'll go research history and like how technology improved sanitation and stuff, and how disease went down whenever, like in the Middle Ages, when we started developing gutters so that all of the trash that people were throwing out and the sewage that they were throwing out into the streets would actually funnel away from the town. So the question was, who's more important, the garbage man or the doctor? And the answer is they're both equally important. You can't keep society healed without both of them. The doctor will become overloaded if you don't have sanitation guys out there keeping the city clean. We're actually seeing examples of that now. There are Middle Ages diseases coming back in California right now because they have feces all over the streets. You know, so like the Black Plague, I don't know if there's any actual cases, but things of that nature. We're seeing diseases that were conquered long ago coming back because people are living in substandard conditions and within a population that isn't used to it. So both of those are needed. And then the follow-up question is, who's more intelligent, the hunter or the professor at the university? And the answer is, it depends on where you're at. If you're in the middle of a Siberian forest, you really want that hunter. That professor isn't likely to know how to read moss on a tree and find out which direction is north, south, east, and west and get you out of there. Holy smokes, we're getting annihilated here. Oh, that's where my Pathfinder was at. That's right. I left them out of this. Okay. Retreat. We got beat up a little bit. Look at the size of this fleet. And they're cloaked. All right, so that Pathfinder was out here, I believe. And now he's moving towards this system. I totally forgot about him. Yeah, so it depends on where you're at. If you're at the academy, you know, that guy that's been reading books all his life and understands theory and has good communication skills and can teach, he's obviously the smartest guy in the room, right? But you go out, you get just dropped off in the middle of the Siberian woods somehow, and you need to find your way back home and find food and shelter and water while you're doing that. And suddenly the hunter, the dude that you would normally call a three-tooth hillbilly living out in the backwoods, and you would call him quote unquote stupid, suddenly that guy's the smartest guy in the room, you know, or in the area. You're outside, so no room. Anyways, I would use that to kind of coach my troops up. Advanced fusion power will be done in 4 turns. We're still looking good on dust. We're breaking even on manpower. I think we really can just sort of power through on our turns here. I think you're brilliant. Well, thanks, man. Einstein, dude, I guess we're all stupid in our own special. That's what I'm saying. I think everybody is broken in certain ways and everybody's dumb in certain areas. I think that's why you need societies. I mean, if the natural position was that you could be a battleship and just operate on your own, I don't think we would have naturally developed societies. I don't think civilization would have ever occurred. Because it's a whole lot easier for you to just take care of your own needs than it is for you to work with others, right? So for that to have happened, for the course of history to have been that people come together in larger and larger groups to accomplish bigger and bigger things, it's because it was required, not because they wanted to. And so everybody's smart. We fill each other's gaps, you know. Objective achieved. As the fame and power of your empire grows, the squabbling heroes take a step back and reconsider their choices. Do they wish to start their own empires, or would they prefer to explore, study, and test themselves against the forces of history? Agreements are reached, memorandums are signed, and the life of the Academy begins to return to normal. The problem has not gone away, but for the moment it has receded. The Academy leaders are grateful, even impressed, and that is no small feat.
What is your objective?
Oh, they're actually feeling really good about. Well, they just attacked us, though. These people are helter-skelter. We don't. They're not even people. They're robots. They're sentient robots. Event end on the shoulders of supergiants. Okay. New skills available. Let's grab. We were working on this one. We'll just fill that out to 20 plus 20% on shields. Somewhere in here, there's a +2 armor. Oh, plus 20% damage on fleet. That seems nice. There it is, plus 20% hull plating. Okay. Okay, we've got our settler and we've got an explorer. We should. Yeah, right here. Let's make a fleet for our Pathfinder and send him out here, because there's an anomaly that we can discover. And let's also go ahead and send our settler out there. All right. How's that trading company doing now? They're making 134. Oh, look, we're 82% through here already. Commerce calls for commerce. The more trade income you generate, the faster entrepreneurs will request the establishment of a new trading company. Man, that's pretty neat how that works. Othero and Ibella. We'll put that up for now. And then Ibella. I'm going to go AI labor. And that should be it for here. These idiots don't bring back the Black Plague. Their brains are feces. Do I need medication? I sure hope not. There's a lot of weirdness out there going on. I don't trust personality-altering drugs. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Your galaxies form a triangle of cool. That's pretty witty, man. That's a good comment. I like that. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world right now that can really push buttons. Personally, without getting into too much detail, I think there's a lot of what's called social engineering going on that's actually designed to push people's buttons and stir them up and make them upset and keep them frustrated. So I don't know if that's helpful to you, but for me, whenever I look at the world and I arrive at that conclusion, then knowing and understanding that there are things being done with the express purpose of trying to make me think that's insane. Why are we doing this? And I know that they're doing it to drive that kind of reaction in me for whatever purposes they have. Like I said, I don't want to get too deep into it. Then because I know I'm getting gamed, it now puts me in another position where I don't sweat that anymore. Because it's not confusing to me. I understand what's going on. I understand why they're doing what they're doing. I understand the implications and what maybe I wouldn't say I know what the goals are, but I can speculate and guess, and I think I can make reasonable speculations and guesses. The Alliance Accord of Principled Nations has been created. Okay, so they've made an alliance. And so whenever I look at it from that perspective, then I'm not upset. And the reason I'm not upset is because I'm not confused. I think kind of put a bow on it. There's an old phrase out there that, or an old, not a phrase, what do you call this? There's a belief in the day that you had insane asylums to put people who were insane in so that you didn't have homeless problems or anything. We don't really have those anymore, at least not in America, I don't think. But there was this belief, and I think it's correct, actually. I think this is actually a psychological truth, and it's part of science. It's taught in schools, that if you put a sane person into a living environment where they're surrounded by the insane, then the sane person will eventually lose their mind. And so I kind of think that that's what's being done, and it's to cause people to make bad decisions. And again, I'm not going to go too deep into it or for what purposes. These are my suspicions. And because I look at it that way, I understand that the whole thing is an exploitation. It's a game. It's being something done to me. And now I'm not confused as to why people are doing this, that, or the other. That's crazy. Why would you do that? It's not driving me up the wall. You know, I don't know if I've made complete sense there or not, if I've explained myself well, but hopefully at least some of that is useful to you. Let's see here, Pathfinder. Okay, we got one more turn to go here to get them to this system. Now we're coming up on turn 100 too. Cheyenne has, I don't know if I'm saying that right, has what would I put here? Maybe we can go with these. New trading company created. Recent developments in your empire have led to the creation of a new trading company. Build its HQ in one of your systems to start trading with the rest of your empire. Look at that. We're at plus 315 now. This trading company thing, I'm thinking that I need to bump that up. Like, I need to be getting that early. This is insane how much dust is being created out of that. Oh, the Kappa have created 3 unique star system improvements. Wow.
You're one of our favorite fish in this galactic sea.
All right, move everybody forward. And I want you to tell me what's right there. We got Gossamer, plus 4 dust per population. Okay. As your fleet, Fourth Savior's Navy, orbits the system, a strange blip appears on the radar. Your crew watches in amazement as an ancient passenger ship of some bipedal species origin passes right across your fleet's sensors. Further scanning reveals that it is an antiquated generation ship. Wow. A sublight craft inhabited only by cryogenically preserved pioneers. Wow, that's incredible. Increases let them be or interfere. Using your fleet's advanced scanning techniques, you may be able to follow alongside and gain access to the generation ship's onboard computers. It's none of your business, but since everyone on board is asleep, perhaps a tiny peek wouldn't hurt. The affairs of primitive peoples who can't even travel faster than light are none of your concern. Perhaps it's best to just let them be. Nope, we're going to go with interfere, because we're the Empire. All right, and then my colonizing ship. Oh, that's right. Okay, I need to get the steps. We're going to go for steps. Where do I find that at? The ability to colonize the step planets. We're going to grab this one, right? Hey, it says I have it already. Unavailable. I think that means there's people on here. Oh, maybe the mutated flora is prohibiting me. Well, this is actually a terrible system to go with then. I don't want to do that. All right, settler RTB. Here, you can go right there. Alrighty then. We got one more turn until we get advanced fusion power. Okay, and we can get new tech now.
In the name of the Hisho Nation and Donatsi the Sun God, I greet you.
Nice to meet you, Hisho. All right, let me look at our fleet and edit the stiletto. This is the one I was looking at. So it's not actually like a different module slot like I was thinking. It's the guns themselves. That's even better. All right, let's look at the difference here. 27 DPS. And these 76 DPS. Look at how much of a jump that is. That's insane. They're 2 titanium apiece, so we're spending 2, 4, 6, 8 for every ship. Oh, plus these 9 and 10. So it costs me 10 titanium for every one of these ships that I build. That's not cheap. But on the Aegis, we can do the same thing for your gun. Yep. And then we can upgrade fleets. Merge these guys. So I have 5 stilettos, my hero ship, and an Aegis 2. I wanted another Aegis. Oh, we could build a trade company here. I'm going to have to decide where that's going to go at. Aegis 3. This fleet can be upgraded. Okay. All right, so now I need to find out who's producing the next largest amount of dust. Neg 28, Neg 15. These guys are at +2, so it might be that system. Tercana at +86. Well, they have a subsidiary, though. I don't know if I can put a HQ up there. But we'll try. Yeah, I cannot. So then we'll put it here. And I suppose that means I'll put this up so I can get +15 dust here. And we'll see how that goes. Take this out. All right. Oh, and I have dust specializations. Okay, I don't want to do that here, but I do want to go here. And go with those specializations. Now we need to get research going. And I was going to get these two right here, planetary landscaping and botanical scanning. And these will give us buildings that help produce more food. So this right here is showing us that we have a trade path from this planet to this planet. So once this trade company comes online, we should see another, if I'm not mistaken, we should see another path. I think also it will allow us to build a subsidiary in one of our other systems. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Okay, one more turn. Have any of you guys noticed that the planets are bigger than the sun right now? Oh, no, I didn't notice that. That's kind of crazy now that you mention it. Seems odd. This game is pretty darn cool. Yeah. I really enjoy it. I like its art, its artistry really appeals to me. Like all of these, I like all these pictures. I like how the planets are done and everything. Build the academy. The academy and the heroes who refine their skills there can turn the tides of battles in vastly enriched systems. It is not surprising, therefore, that all civilizations in this galaxy secretly desire insight and control of that powerful establishment. Word has come out from the establishment, however, that they seek additional growth and recruitment from the lesser civilizations of the galaxy. Apparently, the secretive leader of the Academy feels that these less powerful communities of sentience are underrepresented and underserved on the stage of galactic diplomacy. His request seems a bit odd, but there is advantage to be gained and knowledge to be gleaned. Encourage the growth and progress of minor civilizations. In 20 turns, ensure that populations from minor civilizations reach 177 at minimum in the whole galaxy. I'm currently at the entire galaxy is at 147 of 177. Okay. All right, well, things are kind of moving along. I am going to have to go to war with somebody. We've got to expand at some point in time. This would be the most natural choice, but they're also the strongest opponent on the entire board, so I don't really know what to say about that. It might be better to go after these guys. Where are we at now? We're at 513. We've been passed by the Saint Shriver. I don't know how to say that name. Shriver. We are ahead of the Green Empire. And that's it, man. And Cap is at 1110. I Am Horatio is at 812. That's this group. So I don't know, it just kind of feels like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. But probably this is the last turn for this. We're about to shut the stream down. But I think in the next stream, maybe we'll just try attacking and seeing what happens. I'd like to get some more systems. Maybe we can snag this system right here. And if that ends us, then since I'm planning on playing this throughout the month of November, we'll just start over again. But it's that would be a learning experience also about war. See, there's a whole thing with diplomacy here that I have not even touched this yet. I've played around with it before offline, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Reserved. Let's see what everybody's status is. We're in a Cold War with I Am Horatio. Cold War with Kappa. Well, we're a Cold War with everybody, right? That's the default status. So, reserved, reserved, unknown, reserved, reserved, reserved. And Doria is actually welcoming, and that's because they're all about trade. They don't want to be at war with people. They want to make money. And so that's why they have a different disposition than everybody else. Well, let's go ahead and save it. Save game. YouTube 5. All right, guys. Hey, it's been fun. Normally I have kind of a canned response sign off that I do, but that's normally what I do on my my pre-recorded videos, or if there hasn't been a whole lot of chat going on. But since we've been conversing with each other, that feels weird to do that sign off. So I'll just say, I hope all of you have a great evening. I'm glad that you dropped by. I hope you had fun here tonight. And I want to remind you, I keep no schedule for whenever I'm streaming, but I'm anticipating being up tomorrow, you know. And again, if you are trying to follow along and learn how to play this game, I'm keeping them all stored in a playlist on my channel. So if you miss a stream and you're wanting to see how things go, then you can check that. But have a wonderful evening, guys. It was a lot of fun talking with each of you, and I hope to see you in the future.